Welcome! Welcome to our home. Shannon Heaton here.
And I'm Matt.
And delighted to have you joining us for an hour of love songs and love-themed tunes. So a very happy Valentine's weekend to you, Valentines. And Arthur, you were Prems. You were first in the room, and we're delighted to have you joining us. To Saul, welcome. And I know you have a big sports ball game coming up, so it's great that you're warming up the screen with us. And good luck on rousing some food in between events.
Pizza.
Yeah. And Tech Shield, hi and welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Brian, thank you for joining us. Nicole in France, thank you for coming along for some music on this mid-afternoon for us, evening for some of you. And to Maria in the UK, hello and welcome to you. To Ted in Ottawa, hello. To Lynn in Connecticut, hi Maria. I already said hello to Maria, but hello again to you. And hello to Carrie in Florida. We are looking forward to this too. It's been a fun project to prepare for in the middle of a lot of other things going on. It forced us to actually play more music in the house, which was really great. Hey, Chris in Alexandria, wonderful to have you joining us. And to Tony in Amsterdam, hi, Steve in Scotland, welcome to all. Thanks for making the time to be here. Allison in Rhode Island, hello. And James in London, so exciting that you can check this out before you get off and ready to go again. So thank you. I'm honored that you would spend some of your time with us. Eddie, hello and welcome to you. Blaze and Z, hello. Our friends in the Pacific Northwest, welcome. Sirin, hello and welcome back to you. Hi, Rich in Somerville down the road, and hi to Terry in Wales. Well, we're going to start our concert off with a lovely song called Lovely Annie, collected by Helen Creighton in Nova Scotia. And
a lot of what we're doing. We made a record a while ago called Lovers Well, which is all love songs, and we thought to revisit a bunch of those for this.
And this one, in fact, comes from our album called Tell You in Earnest. We're also doing some music from that album.
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah, well.
But Michael and Lisa and David, hello, my friends in Medford. Nat, hello to you in Brazil. And Ken, hello to you in California. Alexis in Vancouver. Susan, how wonderful to have you joining us from Maine. And Richard in Wisconsin, thank you for joining us. So this is Lovely Annie, and talks about sort of a few types of love, I guess. A romantic love that Annie and her sea captain shared, romantic love, but also the kind of love that parents can feel for their kids, and sometimes maybe that's a little suffocating. In this case, kind of that kind of love maybe going overboard. Right? The parents are too worried about them together. Okay, right, so there are lots of types of love. And anyway, this one celebrates two of them. So here we go. In a village by the harbor, Annie did dwell. A handsome sea captain loved her right well. Her parents forbade love when they came to hear. They banished lovely Annie miles from her near. Dressed like a soldier, a sword by her side, to follow her Johnny, Annie did ride. In search of her true love, she rode night and day, till she came to the place where her captain did stay. She gave him a letter, shedding one single tear, saying, "This is a letter from Annie, your dear." Said the captain to the soldier, "I will buy you around. Here's a health to lovely Annie, the belle of the town." So early next morning, Annie arose, dressed like a maid in her own native clothes. To Johnny, her captain, she appeared like a dove. He embraced her, saying, "Annie, you're the one that I love." Ooh. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. What a treat. To Julie in Tennessee, welcome. And Johnny, thanks for joining us. And Ray, hello. You were going to run 10 miles and put in a few hours of exercising in the gym, and instead you're here.
You can listen to us while doing a few reps. It's okay.
Or you could just kick back, because that's another way to strengthen the
Yeah,
heart
it's
muscle.
It's
to listen to love songs. And to Donna in Michigan, hello, and thanks for joining our concert here. Hatau, how wonderful. Oh my goodness, what an honor you're joining us. It's very early in the morning.
Yeah, it would be.
Is it 4 a.m.? Oh my. You're very, very dear to stop by for a moment. And to Vivian, hi, and happy Valentines to you. So what a sweet song that is. Simple. Happy ending. They find a way to be together, and amazing. I think in the end, parents are okay with it. So that is, of course, passionate, romantic love, eros, right? And then also storge, a little bit of, unconditional familial parent to a child love, which can be suffocating at times, right? So we have to kind of balance these things. And Holly and Ruth, how wonderful that you're here as well. And to Flo in Berlin, hello to you. We're going to play a few lovely tunes. I think they're lovely, and maybe that's a little much to say because I wrote them.
You just like the backing.
Well, kind of. I love playing them with you, and I also love sharing these tunes with this community here because I really do associate them with our time with the virtual guided session with a lot of you here in the house with us. The first one, the Limerick Liftoff, which I wrote for Jaylin, fine flute player, originally from China. And second one, the Little Leaf Linden. And I have to say, this is a type of love as well. What is this? This is like agape, basically. It's like empathy and shared kind of community feeling. I imagine that's the kind of love we have with nature, communing with nature, thinking of it as something for all of us. So this is kind of like I feel affectionate when I play these tunes because they make me think of you. So welcome to you, Daryl, and here is the Limerick Liftoff and Little Leaf Linden. enjoy playing those with you, Matt
That's
Heaton.
a nice one. Those were nice ones. Those were nice ones. Thanks for writing them.
Well, and I'm honored, Chris, that you like that second one in C. It's so beautiful to play it with Matt, and that's so sweet, Arthur, that you like the sound of the flute. I think you're also picking up on how it blends with the guitar. I do love that little sweet spot there.
I'll go on.
And it is made by Patrick Olwell, this flute, Arthur, and it's made of African blackwood, of Grenadilla. And I remember first going to see Pat in the studio and seeing a piece of African blackwood. It was amazing, like a piece about this big or wide and this tall, and it was heavy like a stone.
It sinks. Right?
I think so. I think it does. And on the outside, the wood is completely red, and also the heartwood is red. It's not till you get to the center that it's black like this. This is not paint. It's just like the color of the wood. I think that's astounding and cool. Anyway, Michael, hello to you in Vermont. And it is a D flute, Nicole. It might look longer because of like the angle of the camera. The camera's a bit
we were talking
weird.
about the fact that if you stick this here, it looks huge.
Yeah, but, it's just your normal flute. But love it, love it. So what's next?
We're gonna do Lover's Lament. Yeah. Now we are honestly playing something off of Lover's Well, aren't we, Shannon?
We are.
Yeah. And so this one is I originally learned it from a book in the library, the Carl Sandburg American Song Bag, and it's a lovely song that I can't talk and tune at the same time.
It's so lovely that you can't talk and tune at the same time. You're just filled with love.
That's me. All right.
So this is a romantic love song.
Yeah.
Eros. But it's also like long-lasting love, right? That's what Eros oftentimes can turn into, right? Is pragma, right?
Yeah.
That's like the accepting sort of commitment.
We're digging into all the Greek differentiations of different kinds of love.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course, they overlap, but this is sort of a sweet one.
Sweet too.
Okay.
Ready? One. My dearest dear, the time draws near when you and I must part. Little do you know the grief or woe of my poor troubled heart. My love, you are some turtle dove that flies from tree to tree, a mourning for its own true love, as I mourn for thee. Oh, hush, my love, you'll break my heart, nor let me hear you cry. Dearest friends, we'll have to part, so must you and I. Your cheeks are like some pink or rose that blooms in the month of June. Your lips are like some music sweet that sings this mournful tune. Oh, hush, my love, you break my heart, nor let me hear you cry. Dearest friends, we'll have to part, so must you and I. My love, you are some sailing ship that Hush, my love, you'll break my heart, nor let me hear you cry. The dearest friends will have to part, so must you and I.
Such a sweet song. Hush, my love, you'll break my heart. Don't let me hear you cry. Don't let me hear you cry. Not see, but hear. That's amazing. That does speak to long-lasting love, right? Pragma. In the end, romantic love turns into this beautiful, long-lasting love, ideally, which then, in the end, makes parting so bittersweet. But David asks if there's a word for puppy love. And so there are two meanings of puppy love. One could be loving your puppy dog, which I would think would be like maybe agape, feeling like empathy and concern for...
Switch over to the puppy bowl and find out.
Or is it storge, like that you're the family? I think in the end with dogs, because they're so loyal and loving, that it could turn into pragma. But there's another kind of puppy love, David. That means like when you have a crush on somebody, when you think that somebody is exciting, and that's more like a flirtatious, playful love, and that is ludus.
Ooh,
that is a different kind of love. Yes. So what's up next?
So what's up next? The Hare's Paw.
Great.
Yeah.
Year of the Rabbit.
Yeah.
much fun. So I had a special request to Matt Heaton to play that set of tunes, which we haven't played in a long time. We did record it on our Lovers Well album. And we recorded it with our friends Dan Gurney on the accordion and Keith Murphy on the piano, and Matt and I together. And I asked Matt if he could learn sort of the guitar part and the piano part along with it. So thank you. And I guess in a way, I was looking out for myself. That was another type of love. Self-love, caring for yourself, feeling confident, and feeling self-worth enough to ask. So that is called philautia. That is a different type of love. So there you go. There you go. So a couple more welcomes here in our room. My dears, hello and welcome to Horva. Wonderful to have you joining us. Really honored to have folks taking time to share a few songs and tunes with us. And Sebastian, why did I choose the whistle instead of the flute? Good question. And Arthur, good ears. Yes, in fact, this is an F whistle. And so Matt was singing that song in a key that I felt like the flute was muddying it a bit. I wanted there to be space for the guitar part and for Matt's beautiful singing part, where I would add and maybe not crowd. And so the range of this instrument, you know, it could just kind of work it all a little bit higher sounding and higher timbre seemed to work best. To OM, hello.
Plus it looks cool.
It does look cool. Yeah. Give some variety. Also, variety is good.
Variety's good. Yeah.
Do you notice we do things in a lot of different key signatures? And again, part of that is to just keep the ear, you know, and the spirits and the heart with a lot of variety.
What kind of love is it if you love a tune?
I think maybe loving a tune is about thinking about more of a collective sense of love, like a community, a shared sense of love. So that would be agape, I would think. Empathy,
what about a fine
concern.
Cuban cigar?
That's self-love.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. And let's see, Allison, you're in the house as well. Thanks for joining us from Vermont. I'll bet it's chilly up there. And cupboard love, I think, would be great. I love our kitchen cupboards, Maria. Our friend Vincent Crotty helped me paint those cabinets, and I just love them. Hi to Katrina and your husband and Florence, the cat. So again, I think that is like a puppy love or a kitty love. So we're going to carry on with the beautiful Bay of Biscay. This we recorded on our album.
Same, Lovers Well.
Lovers Well as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Bay of Biscay.
Yeah.
Sails on board the tender. Where he is, I do not know. For 7 long years, I've been constantly waiting to cross the Bay of Biscay. At 23, my first and true love set sail as winter's wind did blow, with ship and crew all young and able, to cross the Bay of Biscay. I'm only the ghost of your William O. Mary dear, the dawn is breaking. The time has come for me to go, and I must leave you broken-hearted to cross the Bay of Biscay. Had I the gold and all of the silver and all the jewels in Mexico, I'd grant them all to Erin's king for the life of my William O. My William sails on board the tender, and with my heart his ship did go. For 7 long years I've been constantly waiting to cross the Bay of Biscay. Pretty song.
Lovely, Shannon. Lovely.
Beautiful night visiting song there where he comes from beyond the grave. And of course that is, with deep abiding love comes deep abiding heartbreak when you lose your loves. And so sending some special love out to those of you who are suffering or have suffered loss recently. And of course, there's room for all of it. We can be heartbroken, and we got you. You're not alone. We feel with you. And also, you can practice some self-love and, maybe take some extra time and some extra care and find some fun and some light through all of that. We can do it all at the same time, it turns out, which is hard. So, yes, to all of you for whom this weekend is hard, sending our love. And, wow. Speaking of lovely, 45 degrees in Woodstock in Vermont. That's kind of amazing. And Michael, you're very sweet. Your feelings for our music have deepened over the years to progma. That is so sweet. Petter, how wonderful to have you joining us. Thank you for tuning in. And what is the love that an audience shows appreciation to the musicians, especially when there are so many musicians joining us here in the house. I mean, I think that is also affection and friendship, right?
Yeah,
which is philia.
Oh,
that is another kind
one
of love. And Eddie, I'm glad you like Matt's guitar part on that one. It's truly special.
Thank you.
Truly special. Suzanne, thank you, and glad you're here with us. So we're going to carry on with a tune that I wrote some years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
To commemorate our anniversary, and my sister and her husband have this anniversary in September. And so that is ideally progma in the end, right? And then we're going to go into a tune that I wrote for Emmanuel and Pastel Leblanc, two beautiful musicians and friends of ours who formed the band Vishtin in Prince Edward Island. And boy, talk about, I guess it would be Storge, huh? Familial love. Emma and her sister Pastel really appreciated one another so deeply. And I wrote this tune for them after Pastel had passed, thinking of the two of them and their love and their light in the world that is certainly not ever going to be extinguished in my lifetime. I will always be thinking of that and inspired by that. So the anniversary reel and the two Cardinals.
And I think thanks to, was it Ray who sort of reminded us of the anniversary reel?
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Ray. That's why it made it on here.
Yeah.
And Michael, hello and welcome from the UK. So here we go. Into...
Nice ones.
Thank
two
you.
two more nice ones from Shannon Heaton.
Lovely. And Sean, happy birthday to you. It was great to see you last night.
Oh,
and thanks
happy
for
birthday.
joining us
Happy
here. Woohoo! And to Poniaqua. I'm so excited that you're learning Irish guitar. It's so thrilling. Welcome to the party. So we're going to carry on now with a tune that I thought I would just try
Jigs?
by myself first. I'm just throwing this out there. Again, to celebrate all sorts of love, like the love that you feel for your child, which is storge, but also I would say philia. I feel such affection and such friendship with my child, increasingly. Our child. But it's just such a joy to have conversations and to kind of get to know the world in new ways and to learn from our kids. So I'm going to play for you.
We are very current on all the new slang, if you need to know anything.
We are pretty current, and
we don't understand any of it.
We'll be using this though in 10 years from now, and then
Yeah.
it'll be embarrassing.
Yeah, probably.
So enjoy your, moment of relevance or currentness while you have it. David in the UK, hi and welcome to you. So this is a tune called "The Last Days of Fourth Grade," and then we're going to go into something that, oh my, I just love the tune, and I love playing it, and I love associating it with our community, the virtual guided session community, the Maid of Selma, that beautiful jig that we've played on many occasions together, into the Rose and the Heather. And then we're going to honor a request to Janine and Ken. I'm sorry that you're feeling poorly today, and I hope that this can nourish you a little bit, but it's a tune called DGaF. The first notes are DGaF, and it means don't give up, because my friend Hans Araki, for whom I feel such affection, philia, he was reminding me that it's great to maybe not worry too much about all the stupid stuff, to not give so much of a about everything. So I wrote that tune for him, and I'll send this out to Janine and to Ken. So here we go. I'll do my waltz, and then we'll go into our jigs.
And a drone.
really appreciate playing music with you, Matt Heaton.
Oh, I thank you, Shannon.
And I really
Likewise,
appreciate
I'm sure.
folks joining us here for some music and some company. And I'm going to turn on the wee sconces, right?
Oh, sconce time.
It's getting a little
Hey!
dark. Hey! And Allison, I love what you just said. Flute goals. Joyful fluidity. If you can design it, you can walk into it. Way to go. I love that way of saying it. And here we are to help inspire one another to maybe identify some goals and to realize them. So really, it is my goal. DGaF would be wonderful. I mean, that doesn't mean don't care about anything. It means don't care about the stupid stuff, right? Don't care about the stuff that doesn't matter, so we can really care about the stuff, in other words, the people who really do matter. So that's a goal. And happy to have anybody helping me stay on that goal.
Are we getting dark? Should I open the windows or anything?
Maybe it is getting a little bit dark. Should I?
No, okay.
Okay, you're gonna do it. So next up is the beautiful, beautiful Golden Castle. This is my favorite hornpipe of all time, and I often play it when I'm remembering someone whom I love dearly. And so we're gonna play the Golden Castle into a tune that I wrote, which is much more flip, called The Good of the Flock, which was about Gary,
the rooster,
who was getting too ornery. I think Gary was the neighbor, actually, and the rooster was getting too ornery with the hens, and he said, one more, misstep for this rooster, and he's gone. Well, there was a misstep.
Yeah.
So it was The Good of the Flock.
Didn't end well.
And then the third tune is called The Milliner's Daughter.
Yes. No funny stories about that one.
No, except for my great uncle was a very talented hat maker.
Really? Didn't know.
Yeah, Otto. Very talented. That is so beautiful. I have to stop because otherwise I'm going to be thinking about this the entire time and I'm not going to be able to that is gorgeous. We're going to hear it and I want to hear it again. Christiane, welcome. I meant to welcome you earlier, and also to Jocelyn. Thanks for joining us. All right. Growing. That set is Growing. We tried 2 of those tunes together a few weeks ago. And it's got promise.
Yeah,
Still
definitely.
not quite there with the approach of the Golden Castle for me, I have to admit. That's okay.
I thought it was lovely.
That's okay. Self-worth, confidence.
Yes.
Philoptia. I forgive. I forgive
Good,
self.
good.
I am clearing out my G sharp key now because this next tune, this next song is in C sharp minor. And I've done a few things using the G sharp key, and I know that it is filled with water.
Gross.
So just letting people know that that's a good idea to do if you're using a lot of G sharp. You got to share.
Yeah.
That is another kind of love. I'm not sure. Sharia. Sharia.
Yeah. A lot of
So Edwin is maybe infatuation, ludus? A young woman really loves this plowboy. And then the parents get wicked, jealous, and weird.
The parents love money. Right?
The parents love money, and the parents are just jealous, and they don't like that she would be with a plowboy. Is that it?
As I mentioned earlier, we made this record that was all love songs, but being traditional ballads, they don't all end that way.
No, this one was not on the love song. That would not make it on the love song album. This one was on Tell You in Earnest.
I don't know where anything is.
Tell You in Earnest is all about dialogue. It's dialogue songs, right? So this one was between really kind of the mother and the daughter in the wake of a terrible tragedy. It was really just sort of jealousy and overprotectiveness gone too far.
Gone awry.
Which can happen. All of these things can happen. So this is why we sing about them, and we enjoy them through creepy fairy tales so that maybe we don't have to actually do some of these things, right? Edwin of the Lowlands, Low. Once there was a pretty maid in the lowlands, she did stay. Sorry, I gotta drink some water.
Yeah.
I'm already worried about Edwin.
I know, it's concerning because you kind of know what's happening.
Okay. Once there was a pretty maid in the lowlands, she did stay. The day young Edwin spied her face, his heart she stole away. For the love of Emma fair, this ploughboy worked the main. He drove the fields for 7 years, their fortune for to gain. Her father owned a public inn, it stood down by the sea. Said, Emma, you can enter in, and there this night shall be. I'll meet you in the morning, as the sun does rise, but don't mention to my parents that I would be your bride. As Emma, she lay sleeping, she had a frightful dream. She dreamt her love stood weeping, his blood poured in a stream. She rose up in the morning, to the inn did go, and asked her parents of the boy who plowed the lowlands low. Oh mother, where's the stranger lad came here last night to stay? He is dead, no tales can tell, her father he did say. Mother, dearest mother, I do love you well, but my love of that young ploughboy no human tongue can tell. Then father, cruel father, you shall die a public show for murdering my Edwin fair, who plowed the lowlands low. Cruel was my father to steal away my love. May black clouds fill ocean, swim o'er my lover's breast. His body rolls in motion, I hope his soul's at rest. The wild winds of the valley, the black and lonesome crow, cry out for my young Edwin, who plowed the lowlands low. The wild winds of the valley, the black and lonesome crow, cry out for my young Edwin, who plowed the lowlands low. So now, to go back to a much sweeter note.
Yes.
I think we're going to play some jigs for you to finish off this concert. Friends, thank you so much for spending a little time with us. If those of you who are going to watch the sports ball game later, good luck with that. I hope you have lots of fun snacks. Go sports team. And to all of you, to each and every one of you, thank you so much for sharing your kindness, for sharing your time, for supporting one another, for feeling a little bit of the love and hopefully feeling it toward yourself and direct it out, and we'll see what happens from there, right? That's all we can do. So we're going to close with a tune called LuAnne's Jig and talk about beautiful, abiding love, romantic love, eros, and also pragma, long-lasting, accepting commitment and deep dedication. This is for our dear friends Brad and LuAnne Anderson, and we'll go into a fun jig which is called Pauline O'Neill's, and then another type of love. I would call this almost playful infatuation. Ludus, a love for a neighborhood and a bicycle. Exactly, a bicycle. And this is something that we're really enjoying with our family a lot. We've really stepped it up with the bicycle game together. So we'll end on this note. So Diane, I'm so glad that you came in. Thanks for joining us. And for friends checking this live stream out later, if you're not, or if you're just not in the chat there, thanks very much again for joining us. And we'll be back next weekend.
Yeah, if you're a VGSer, we'll be back next Saturday, what'll be the 19th? 18th, I forget.
For the 2 p.m. Saturday session.
Yeah.
Mid-tempo tunes that we all share together. And thank you so much, everyone.
Ready?
Yeah. Let's try that again. Three times a charm. I was trying to read the chat, which I can do in the mid-tempo session, but I just can't do here.
You can't read the chat
here we
right
go.
now.
You and me, babe.
Yeah.
on, folks. Thanks for giving us a chance to play through some of our family favorites. And thanks, Canary, for joining us. Thanks, Sebastian, for joining us. Thank you, Aaron, for joining us. And thank you, everyone. Petra, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks a lot, friends. And hope to see some of you soon. We're so grateful.
Thank you.
And we love you.
Take care.